Hello, Real Talk friends. This is Sonia here with today's thought of the day. And for this one, it was on my heart to talk about being on the edge of either getting ready to dive into the deep end, or maybe already finding yourself in the deep and having to navigate through deeper waters with God. And I wanted to, in particular, take a look at and really answer a question. And the question was, or is, what are some of the characteristics or signs that we can kind of be watchful for of being in the deep end with God? And, you might say in the deep end of the ocean, or maybe it's the pool. And so some of the signs that I wanted to mention that we can kind of be on the alert for, that I think might be helpful in our being able to begin to identify or recognize that we're in deeper waters, are unfamiliar terrain, being out of our comfort zones, being aware of carving out our own path, a feeling that God is pushing us to go places that maybe we don't feel completely ready for. I think that's a biggie. And so if you're experiencing any of these things, or maybe a combination of them, I think God may be inviting you to go deeper with Him, or maybe God has already brought you somewhere deeper, and that's a way that we can begin to realize or recognize that, I think I've just gotten into some deep waters with the Lord. And I also wanted to encourage you to trust that if God has brought you to the edge of the deep end, or you're already in the deep end, and you're feeling a push to go on even further, or you are at the edge and you want to dive in, that God really does have it. And I know that isn't easy to trust, but again, I want to encourage you to just trust that even if you aren't feeling fully ready, God has taken you out of the kiddie pool for a reason, and that it really is time to go ahead and dive into that deep end with Him. Or again, if you already know you're kind of out there and God's urging you to go further, just to trust and go on further in. And even though it might be, feel scary and even overwhelming, I really believe that we can trust that the kiddie pool is just not going to really satisfy or fulfill us anymore. And that God really does know what, He's doing. And that we can trust that we have been built for deeper waters with God. And I don't use the word trust here lightly at all, really, because I do understand how overwhelming and scary it can be to take a leap of faith into the unknown. And it most likely will mean some loss on some level, not only of the familiar, but also really just the general loss of that sense of being in control, maybe in an area of our life, or maybe just in a generalized way. So again, I do want to encourage anyone who's going through this right now to be especially kind and patient with yourself. So again, whether you might be feeling like you're just now standing on the edge of the deep end, or you've already taken that plunge, like I feel I have, and, kind of walking that out every day, I just want to encourage you to remain as sensitive and aware of God's spirit and voice as you can. And, again, just a reminder to be kind and patient with yourself, because the deep end is foreign to us, and we really are in uncharted territory or waters. And so, that was pretty much what I wanted to share for today's 2.0 thought of the day. I hope it blessed you and encouraged you to keep going forward with God wherever you're feeling led. And I want to thank you as always for joining me. I look forward to being back with you again soon with another thought of the day. Until then, be blessed and have a wonderful day.